What's going on, guys, and welcome today to Edit Codeworks. And this is the ninth installment in the series Web Development using PHP and MySQL. And in this particular tutorial, we'll be looking at something called while loops. Okay, while loops is part of what we call the looping constructs in PHP programming. It pretty much occurs in every other programming language. Okay, now what's a loop? A loop, basically, before we talk about while loop, is a way to get a computer to perform a task repeatedly based on a condition. Now, this is useful in a lot of situations, as we will see when we build our PHP and MySQL project for this series. For example, to populate the product page of an online store, an e-commerce application, a repetitive task has to be programmed into the system. Now, don't worry about that at this stage. What you bother about right now is to understand the syntax of while loop. If you understand it today learning PHP and MySQL, you probably understand it meeting it in any other programming language, pretty much. All right, so let's get to work and let's see how a while loop works. Now, this is a file here on my Notepad++. And by the way, before you can go ahead and do this, make sure your XAMPP server is started. This is my Apache web server. It started. My MySQL server is also started. If you don't understand what I'm doing here and you've not set up your environment yet, I'll put a link in the description where you can see how you can set up your web server and your PHP environment for this code I'm about to write. All right, let's move on. So first thing, let me save this file. Save as. So I'll go to my AGIT Codeworks folder. So I have a folder, I have a XAMPP folder in my drive C. You would have that if you've installed your XAMPP server properly, htdocs, and we have AGIT Codeworks. So I saved the file here. So let's call it while loop.php. Alright, so let's see how the code works. So first of all, I put my PHP tag. Okay, now before I go ahead and type, let me explain what's going on here. The whole idea of while loops is that human beings cannot manually repeat some task, okay, to a particular extent. For example, let's say I ask you to write a code that will type out my name is Chris, or my name is John, or my name is George, or my name is Jack. That's really easy. You could do that. But when I ask you to do it like 10 times, okay, maybe you could still manage to write the code 10 times. But now if I ask you to do it 1,000,000 times, or 100 times, or 10,000 times, now you need an automated way to repeat the task. This is a very useful concept in programming. Very useful concept. More on that later. Let's write the code and see how it works. So first things first, I need a variable. Let's call it count. This is a variable that will help me control the loop. It could start from 0, it could start from 1. Let's start from 1. So the way while loop works now is this. I want to actually print out something like hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, but I want to do this 15 times automatically. So I will say while followed by a condition. Just like an if statement, I'll put a condition in here. So the condition is while count is less than or equal to 15, meaning I'm doing this task 15 times. Okay, while count is less than or equal to 15. Once this condition is true, that's the criteria. Once this condition is true, perform this task. Let's echo welcome to my YouTube channel. Alright, here we go. So now next thing we'll do is add something we call the increment operator. The plus, that's the increment operator. Is basically used for increasing the value of a variable by 1, whereas the minus will be used for reducing the value of a variable by 1 also. So we go plus and then we say count here. Alright, so what's going to happen? Then put a comment, call it increment operator. Simply put, it increases this variable by 1. So what will happen here is that, let me just explain it once more. We have a variable called count. It contains 1. So while specifying a condition, while count is less than or equal to 15, run the code between these curly braces. Say welcome to my YouTube channel. Then let's change line here with a paragraph tag. All right, you say welcome to my YouTube channel, then increase 1 to 2. loop, come back here, ask for this condition again. If it's still less than or equal to 15, which is 2, yes it is, you do this, you do it for 3, 4, 5, 6 until it becomes 16, then you break out of the loop. After breaking out of the loop, you can now echo out a message that can say end of loop. Alright, so the while loop ends there. Alright, let's run this code and see what we have and see what we get. Alright, I copy full path name to clipboard. Remember, your code will not work unless you've installed and set up your environment properly. Okay, I have a video on that, how to set up the MySQL and PHP server environment. Alright, so we need to do this. So we paste the full file path to clipboard from htdoc backwards localhost. So we run this. So you see that welcome to my YouTube channel. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times, just like I told you it would be. Alright, so now supposing I want the numbering to be behind it, I could put my count variable here, count. Okay, so now we can say so 1 to 15. Alright, so that's how the while loop works. The while loops, like I've mentioned before, is useful for a wide array of reasons. So go ahead, do this, write this code. This will be super useful when we start running our project. In our next video, we're going to look at another type of loop called the for loop. Okay, so go ahead, code along, do this same thing, and then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like and share the video if you find it very useful. Alright people, I'll see you guys in my next video. Do have a wonderful rest of the day.